Yeah, I'll repeat once again. So we are going back to the SSAS. So in SSAS, when I open the SSAS cube, I can see multiple tabs here, multiple folders. Okay, each folder has its own properties. So I'm again refreshing. If I click on data source, and when I click on this, it is a connection from where we will be getting the data, because in order to get the data you need some database. So how you connect to the database? In order to connect to the database, you need to provide a connection, and since I am also providing the user ID and password, so that's the thing I am doing here. So I need to connect to the database. I need to give the in order to connect to the database, I need to provide the connection details here. And this is a data source view. Data source view is nothing but, in order to build the cube, you need to get the data from, see, the database might have multiple tables. It might have some hundreds of tables, let's say. Mostly it will not have, but let's assume that it has more tables, but you need only 5 to 6 tables. So what you do in a data source view, you will add all the tables that you need for building a cube. Okay, and that, see, when I click the data source view, I got the tables which I need for building a cube. These are the and you can see the relation between them. In case sometimes you may not get the data directly, you need to write some queries, you need to write some aggregate queries or something. Then what you do, because you can import only tables, but if you want to write some aggregate queries, see, when I click here add at the left side, see, I can only do some tables, but I cannot write any of the queries. See, I can only use the tables here. Okay. If I want to write my own queries, then right click here and click on the new named query. Then whatever the query I want, I can write, and that the output from that query I can join with any of the table here by right clicking on the table and new relationship. Then you can create a relationship between the query which you have added and to the existing table. This is a view. And next we got the cubes and dimensions. So normally it is in order by way, right? It is order way. So data source views, cubes and dimensions. Now here one thing you need to worry, what is the so basically we will create the first data source. Next we will create the data source view. You can create the cubes, but normally what we do, we create the dimensions. After creating a dimension, you create a cube. Okay, so what are dimensions? Durga, can you say from which table I can take dimensions here? I can see multiple tables, right? Hello? So what is a normal scenario? Which tables I can take dimensions? Which tables I can assume as a dimension tables, or which tables I can assume as a okay. Okay. Yeah. Simple. You can say that the tables which doesn't have the fact data, we can use it as dimensions. Fact table is nothing but sales and that all stuff, right? So basically the total amount, total cost, or total quantity, that all will be the internet sales. This is my fact table. So apart from this, I can use customer as a dimension, I can use a product as a dimension, because see, simple. Why when someone is analyzing the data, what he analyzes, what he does, it analyzes based on the customer and the sales, total sales for the customer, or he analyzes the customer and the total quantity sold by that customer. Okay, that all things. So here whatever the thing, by looking at what data, what is the real fact data, the amount or the quantity, that will be the fact data. So that one you will be considering as a fact. Apart from that, the customer, like here we got the promotion. Okay, so what is the promotion type I am having here? So you can take different you might have some promotion types. So you can see the start date, end date, minimum quantity that should be purchased for getting that promotion, that all is there. So I think this table might have some other related table, I think the promotion table. I'll select the promotion table. Oh, we don't have here. Oh, sorry, I have added it as additional table. So I right click here, I'll just okay, I can add one more table. I'll go here, it is in promotion, because I didn't add it as a table, I added as a query. Oh, sorry, I'll click cancel, click on the add table. I'll only take the promotion table, dim promotion. I'll click on the promotion, add related tables. Yeah, I'll just remove the table. Yeah, I think we don't have anything because we don't have nothing, right? Nothing related to the promotion. Okay, I thought that this promotion ID may show some of the promotion name or something. Oh yeah, we got here only, so there is nothing. So based on the promotion name, if you want to see, you can see. It depends on the user requirements. Okay, some user wants the total sales for at the currency level, so that you will be taking that currency as a dimension. Some users wants the sales data level, then you will be using that one. Some users wants to like this one reason. Some users want based on the customer, based on the first name they want total sales, based on the date of birth rate. Mostly they will not use, but I am saying. Okay, based on the status, whether they are married or single, based on the gender they want to see the sales. Email address, very rarely they will be using, but in case they might need, we can't say anything about the users. Okay, that all things you can do. So first, so whichever things you want, you will create a dimension. So already I covered the dimension, right? So just you can right click and you can add a new dimension. You can select a table from which you want to add a dimension. Okay, use as existing table. Then I click, I can select the table. Let's say I want to go with the product, or I want to go with the currency. Click on the currency and click next. It will ask you the columns because currency has this many columns. So I'll just select the currency name. Click next. Go to the back. Yeah, currency key. Yeah, it is a main key. Okay, done. Next, automatically a currency will be added here. See, dimension like that. Now in the cube. So already I have created a cube. When I click on the cube, when I go to the dimensions, I can't see the currency dimension here. So for that one, I can do it in two ways. You can see it here option, add cube dimension. When I click, see, I will get the currency and click OK. Automatically that currency dimension will be added here. That is before creating the cube. If I want to add the dimension, so normally I can create a dimension, and after while creating the cube itself, it will ask whatever dimensions I have, I can add it. But since I already created the cube, so I need to in order to add the newly created dimension, so you need to click on the cube, go to the dimensions. It will show all the dimensions that are already there. So since I have added I have recently added the currency dimension, so it is not there. So by clicking on this, I can add that dimension again. Okay, that is the thing. So in the cube, so if I can create other cube also, new cube, I'll go here, use existing table, go click on next. I'll select install internet sales. I'll select internet sales reason. Next, done. That's it. So done. Next, done. Finish. See, automatically there is one more table called internet sales. This is the internet sales reason. See, I got one more. See, I can say internet sales as a reason count, that all stuff I can see. Okay, like that you can easily create the dimension by adding that. So basically, see, when in the steps which I have created the cube, right, you can see I am adding the dimensions which are there. So in order to add the dimensions, normally what you need to do, you need to add you need to click on this, right click and add new dimensions. But during my creation of the cube, it is asking the existing dimensions. So it's better normally we create a dimension and we add the cube. And there's one more thing, if you want to add the dimension later on, okay, you can add the dimension, but you need to go to the cube manually, and there in the cube under the dimension usage, you need to manually add the dimension. Okay, so this is the way how the cube works. Now you can see one thing, add the dimensions. Let's go with the date dimension. And one thing, I'll deploy this cube. It is processing. Yeah, it is processed now. So I'll go to the cube. I think which cube is that? I think this might be my cube. I'll go to the data. What is it? It's a prac class, or what is the cube name? It's a prac class. See, I'll have all the cubes here. So since I have 2 cubes, so I'll be getting 2 cubes here. I'll be getting all the dimensions. Now let's see. I'll just close this one. I'll go to the I'll go to the test cube, right click on this, browse. So automatically I'll be getting, I'll go to the internet sales discount amount, or else instead of discount amount I'll go with the sales amount. That will be, you'll have some amount on that. I'll just remove this. So you see how to drag and drop it. You can just drag and drop it here, or if you want to remove, just select it and drag and drop back to this window. Automatically it will be removed. Okay, so I'll drag and drop the sales amount. Done. Next, I see here one more thing. I'll go to the order date. I want the total sales for the particular order date year wise. Just I'll drag the year here, drag and drop the year. So you got. Next I'll drag the quarter. Okay, next I'll drag the month. So for each quarter and month you got the data. That's the one thing. So for this, what SQL Server does, SQL Server is storing the data separately for semester, it is aggregating separately for year, it is aggregating separately for quarter or month, because I am not using, yeah, I didn't use the semester, right? If I use semester, then I will get. So it is now what it does, it separately aggregates the data. So since I am using year, semester, quarter and month, so it does the total sales for year, it does the total sales for semester, it does the total sales for quarter, it does the total sales for month. Separately it calculates for each and everything. So when you use data, so this is a issue. It takes more time whenever you run. So I had like couple of thousands, so it's okay. But you might have some millions or some hundreds of millions data. Then what you are going to do? Then it needs to calculate it for each month, quarter, semester, year separately. So in order to avoid this issue, what we are going to do? So you can directly do. I'll just click this one. I close all the stuff. Okay, now I'll go to the this cube. When I click on the cube, or I'll go to the date dimension. When I click the date dimension, when I click browse, I'll be getting all the data for that ERC. It is a key because it shows on the key, so I'll be getting the key. Now I can create an hierarchy for that. So now it is calculating. It will calculate the totals for the year level. It will calculate totals for the semester level. It will calculate total at quarter level. It will calculate total at month level. This is the thing it is going to do separately. In order to avoid that, if you want to do it in a single step, you need to create an hierarchy. So how to create an hierarchy? Just click here. So there is a window called hierarchies here. I click the dimension, date dimension. Now I can see the hierarchy. I'll just drag and drop the year, semester, quarter and month. That's it. Year, semester, quarter and month. You got warnings. We are going to see that about them later on. So what I will do, now I am done. I'll save this cube. Okay, now I'll click on the practice class and deploy. Okay, done. Now see, I'll just reconnect it, so it will again reprocess. Now I can see when I go to the due date, I can see hierarchy here, year, level, month. So when I drag and drop here, and I'll take the measures for that internet sales. Which one it is? A sales something we look, right? See, now you'll get the total sales amount. Simple. So here by doing this, what happens? The system will not calculate this all stuff at the same time. So here previously when we have the year, semester, quarter and month, what happens there? It will calculate the aggregated year, it will calculate semester, quarter and month, separately it will calculate. But when we create a hierarchy, it will just calculate only once. So because of that, the performance will be high. So if you find anything like region, it's better to create an hierarchy. That will be a good idea to do an hierarchy. Okay, now you can see it here. It's simple. But in the SQL Server, there's one more thing what I would like to show. When you go to the date dimension, when you go to the browser, and when I click here, now I can see the hierarchies. Actually, okay, I need to refresh it again. Refresh it. Oh, yeah, succeed. close. Yeah. Yeah. See, now I can see the hierarchy. When I select it, now I will get year. When I tap the year, I got the semesters for that year and quarters for that year and months. And here I can see here based on that. See, this data is not sorted. Actually, it should show under fourth year, fourth quarter. It should show October, November, December. But it is sorting based on the alphabetical order. Okay, we can do that. Simple. How to do is just you can go to the month or anything. It's a month, right? Huh? You can play around with that. I think you can see view properties window. Yeah. So I'll go to attribute relationship. Yeah, here you are going to do that all the stuff. Okay. So this is the one thing. Now what you can see multiple warnings here. See, attribute relation do not exist between one or more levels of hierarchy. So you have created the hierarchy, but system you need to manually mention the attribute relationship. See, when I see that their key is separately joining, now you need to join each. Month will be to the quarter. It will be to the quarter, right? Select the quarter and click OK. See, oh sorry, I did wrong. Yeah, I think yeah, this is a way. Quarter will be to the semester. Semester will be to the year. No. This is a kind of attribute relationship. Now when I go to dimension structure, see that warning is removed now. So when I refresh it and I'll again process the cube. Yes. It will be deployed. So like see, when you create the attribute relationship, what happens internally? See, previously you can see that each and every key is separated, but when I do the attribute relationship, now the process failed. Oh, another operator db dim date column semester value to the attribute in semester. Oh, okay, close it. So basically it's showing some duplicate. Why it's showing means because we have created the attribute relationship done. Okay, why that is it is showing means you got the quarter 2. Okay, you got the quarter 2. When deploying the cube, what the cube does, it wants to deploy the quarter 1, 2 or something, but you add the quarter 2 for multiple years, then it's a kind of duplicate, right? You have the quarter for multiple years. When you have the quarter for multiple years, the system will not understand, like, okay, this quarter belongs to which year. Then you need to manually create a relationship between them. So how to manually create a relationship? Click on the quarter. We will go step by step. Semester, right? Click on the semester, and you in the properties. Okay, you can see here key columns. Click on the key columns. Now semester depend on the calendar year. So it is nothing but the distinct between the year and semester. That's it. Click OK. Done. Okay, value column, I'll give anything. I can give the semester thing. Okay, I'll just ignore that. So next I'll click on the quarter, or I'll click on the quarter. Go here, key columns, click on this. Quarter is nothing but year semester. So I'll just click year. I'll have the quarter. Yeah, calendar semester. Done. So I'll move here to the top. I'll move semester to the top. Okay, done. Next with the month. Click on the month. Now what I'll do, I'll come here. It will have the calendar year. Calendar year, semester, and calendar quarter. So yeah, I'll move the month to the bottom. Done. Okay, but still I can see some errors. What is that error? If I click here, the name column should be defined because there are multiple key columns. See here, when I click this month, here I am having multiple key columns, right, in the collections, but I need to have some particular value. So I'll click on the name. Now here what is it? It is a month, right? So I will manually provide the month of that. Month name or English month name. That's it. Okay. So when I click this, see month error has been gone. For the quarter you are seeing one more error. Come down, go to the name value, click on this. Now I want this as a quarter. It is a calendar quarter. Click it. Okay, done. Semester. Go to your name column. Sorry. See, yeah, done. See, now errors are removed. Now you can see this one. See what is showing? Evolve visible attribute hierarchies. Because already you had used some of the attributes here, so there is no need. You can just hide them. Okay. I'll show you how to hide them. So now I'll save it. Now when I reprocess this, mostly I'm expecting I will not be getting any error. See, now it is successfully completed. So whatever the process, you can see it, right? See, there is no error now. So that's the way. So you need to create a relationship between them, and when you create a sorry, I think this window always shows little bit bottom. It is very hard. Okay, so like that. So now if I can go to the browser and see them, and I can do the refresh. See. Yeah. Yeah, again. Okay, let it done. It's not a big thing. Yeah, close this data dimension. Yeah, reconnect it. So now you can see that. Okay, so here, because when you have this, what exactly what happens, now you will get the results also in a correct way. Okay, this sorting order we can do, it's not a big thing. So how to do a sorting order is that you can try yourself. I'll just give an hint. Go to here, when you click the month, see here in the attribute relationship, when I click the month, okay, month should not be sorted based on the that attribute. It should not be sorted based on the month name. I want the month should be sorted based on some. I'll add one more key in the date dimension as date key, right? Date key, or I'll go with the month number, somewhere month number of the year. So I'll just drag and drop this. So I'll got the month number of the year. So now I'll go attribute relationship, select the month, and here somewhere you'll see some sorting. Okay, name column, key column, see order by attribute. I want to order by, okay, oh, yeah, yeah, because it's a quarter, it's doing that. I think we'll be getting here somewhere. Default attribute hierarchy, display folder, order by. Yeah, this is same thing. Name not, it's not a name. It's only key. Yeah, I'll just do this. Done. Okay, so I am giving this one as an assignment. So go it and sort this based on this. I can give as a clue, based on the month number, sort the month, because month you can't sort it in alphabetical order. So based on the month number only you need to sort. So you can sort it accordingly. Okay, please go and try that. Now one more important thing. See, let's say when I open the cube, in the date dimension, I can see this due date as hierarchy, right? I want to show this in separate folder. How I can show? Okay, I want to show, let's say I want to show this month number, quarter, year and semester, or this all I want to show in some display folder. I'll just say select this hierarchy, click on the display folder, and I'll name it as year period. Okay, done. Just only display folder, it's kind of display folder. So what is display folder? Now you will be seeing. I'll just save it. Okay, like to proceed. Yes, go to solution explorer. Now I'll deploy all. Just I can deploy only this one, but now I'll deploy all the stuff. See, now under this due date, I can see these due date hierarchies under this only. But since I have given a folder name year period, right? So when I deploy the cube deployed is successfully completed. Now when I reconnect it, now I can see that in a separate folder. See, year period. That hierarchy will be stored under separate folder like that. So if you want to group them in multiple folders, you can just select that all the columns and you can store everything as a separate one. I think Dhanalakshmi called me. Hi Dhanalakshmi. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, this is the way how you can create your own folder names. And now here one more thing I would like to say. When I go to the cubes, I'll go to the cube. Now you can see many things. This is a, I'll explain this. See, this is a dimension usage. Which dimensions are you using? You will be having here. What is the calculations? Calculations nothing but you can create your own calculations. Okay, so these are the things that I have, but you can create your own calculated things, whatever thing you want, you can create it. When I click the new calculate member, see, I can write my own expressions. I can write some MDX expressions where it calculates some group of values. I can create my own calculated members instead of instead of doing the other stuff. I can calculate my own number. So I'll just delete it. Okay, so that's the one thing. What is the KPIs? Already we have discussed there, right? So you can create your own KPIs here. New KPI, you can give that value expression, which value you need to get. What is the goal expression? Goal expression is nothing but the target. And in the status, you can give which type of gauge you want to use. Here you can use a trend, whether you should give the trend as up or down arrow. So we had given, right, value expression is nothing but the source, goal expression is nothing but the target. And here you need to give the dimension in the MDX format. You need to give the measures dot that column name dot, or else you can directly draw from here. See, automatically you will be getting that. If I want to create a KPI between some discount amount or something, internet sales count or order quantity, let's say it's not a thing, just I can give it and I can give which type of gauge I want. I can give a trend. Okay, this is the easiest way that I am going to easiest way that I can say about this. Okay, I'll delete this. Actions. Okay, so if you want to create some actions, you can define, and this is nothing but the partitions. So basically partition is nothing but I already said, let's say whenever I deploy the cube, I need to process the entire cube. So because of that, it takes more time. Let's say if I don't want something like, oh, okay, I think I have opened Mozilla, so it went to somewhere. So now we are in the internet sales. Let's say I got the sales for so many years, 2000 to 2015, but the data which I will change, because processing the cube is nothing but it will go and get the data from the data source, and it will again do an aggregation and it will store. Even though the data for 2000 and 2010 is 2000 and 2000, from data between 2000 and 2010 may not be required to update. Only the data between 2000 after 2010 you might update the data. That data may change. So here you create a partition. Based on that, you create a partition stating that, okay, I just want the data for only this period. You can create, by default it will create all in a single partition. So now you can partition the data, and during the processing the cube, it will ask which partition you need to process. So there you can process only the required year, whichever you want. And aggregations, you can create your own aggregations. If you don't like the aggregations which you are, you can create your own aggregations. Okay, design aggregation. When I click this, when I go next, now it will ask me whichever things I want to choose the aggregations. Okay, you can just play around with that. Perspective is nothing but it is kind of views. Okay, so when you see the translations, yeah, 1 minute. Okay, please translation, you can see that it's a default language. It's something, is it definition or what, how I can say easy thing is it? Yeah, I can create a new translation. When I see, you can convert your own languages. Let's say currently I am adding the data in my different language, right? Let's say I am adding some month which is of different language. So if I want to create that in a different language, like see, when I click here new translation, I can select in if you have, then I think it's going to work, not on a real scenario. Let's say I want to select English India, click OK. See, automatically whatever the data you got, that one will be it will be translated in English, and you can give your own name. Whatever name you want, you can give it here. Okay, it's a kind of translation. And browse means, see, when you deploy the cube, you'll be getting in the management studio. So this is the management studio, this is Visual Studio. Okay, this is a management studio. See, in the management studio, when you click the cube and you will get the browse window, right? The same thing you can get it here. The same browse window, when you go to the cube and click browse, you will be getting that window. Okay, so these are kind of things that you need to work on the cubes. So I can save it and I can close it, and I'll stop the video here.